The United Nations says South Africa remains the only country to formally submit an instrument of withdrawal from the Rome Statute that created the International Criminal Court.
Last week, Pretoria's decision made the country the first nation to officially inform the Secretary-General of its intention to exit the jurisdiction of the court, despite reports that Burundi had also done so. The Secretary-General has expressed his deep regret at South Africa's decision.
It's a decision that has sent shockwaves through the international human rights community, with concerns at the UN that South Africa's decision could be a prelude to further withdrawals from the court.
The withdrawal of South Africa from the ICC was something the Secretary-General deeply regrets and regretted. We have not received any updates from other countries, which have been press reports. No letter from Burundi as of this morning. We were not advised that one had been received. This is something that concerns not just the Secretary-General, but I think the international community as a whole.
Dujarric said discussions continue in the UN Secretariat with various concerned member states, but would not comment on whether South Africa had followed the correct legal procedures in announcing their departure from the court.
That's an internal matter for the South Africans. We've received a letter duly signed by the foreign minister. The role of the UN and the Secretary-General as depository of the treaty is to ensure that the letter, the communication is a bona fide one. It comes from the right people and it's come through the right process, and that it has. Internal debates are that.
He was pressed on what the Secretary-General was doing to convince South Africa and others to reassess their position.
Well, I think we're doing it through public statements. We're doing it through dialogue at other levels. The work of the ICC has been critical to bringing justice to people in Africa and potentially to other places in the world. The prosecutor of the ICC is herself African. I think it's important that all the countries that signed on to the Rome Statute support the work of the court.
Why doesn't he call President Zuma?
I think there are obviously discussions going on within South Africa.
South Africa has found its obligations under the Rome Statute incompatible with its legal requirements to provide diplomatic immunity to visiting heads of state. Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.